which is something that no one can ever take from.
Right.
And I think that paying people ignores the fact that, we're not talking about employees. We're talking about benefactors and beneficiaries. Yes, there's a lot wrong with that system, but those things can be fixed. The time responsibility placed on student athletes, that should change. Some of the others have already changed. There's been a lot of reform so that really in exchange for them staying eligible in the classroom and going out and playing the game of basketball, they're getting a free education, they're getting development with by world-class teachers on world-class facilities. The exposure that they're getting, from a leadership standpoint, and that's what this is. This is about education too. Even playing the game presents educational opportunities and leadership, etc. I don't see why we have to mess that up by paying these kids. You know that if you want to pay them right now, the only thing that's tax deductible is tuition.
Okay.
Everything else, the room and board and all that other stuff, if the IRS wanted to, they can start issuing 1099s and people would have to start paying taxes on that. But beyond that, I also think that paying young people for this beyond the cost of attendance and some of the other things that they're getting paid now, I think it just changes the paradigm that most people believe in, and unfortunately the one and done that believe that they're only on campus to play basketball and nothing else. Mm-hmm. And again, that interferes with the education mission. People call me a hater, you can call me what you want, but, I fear for our kids more than anybody else. I fear that if you change that paradigm, we're not talking about the 2%. Okay, you're going to be changing the paradigm for 2% of these kids, and they already have, because those 2% are those who get drafted or go play in the NBA or play overseas. That's just 2% of basketball players. That 2% has changed the system in many ways. And 98% will benefit from being in college, and ultimately the percentage of them, the high percentage of them that get degrees, go on to do other things beyond just playing basketball. We know that there are institutions that exploit our kids. We have to fix that. And the best way to fix it is enforce the rules that have been on the books and tighten the rules that have been on the books. That's something that the NCAA has been remiss in doing, and a lot of it has to do with the fact that a lot of individual schools don't want to enforce the rules because they're benefiting from breaking. So those are the things that are really important. And if you really want to stop under the table money and stuff, if you get the parties involved, you get the Players Association, you get the NBA to go along with the NCAA and tighten the rules. Say, look, if you get caught accepting money as a bribe, then we'll delay your draft status for 2 years. How many kids you think are going to risk that?
Right.
But nobody has the fortitude to be able to do that. And that's the biggest problem. And yes, there's a lot of money going around. Coaches can make, millions and millions of dollars. And, many times the kids can't even transfer without getting a problem going from one school to another. I think you also got to give an antitrust exemption so that the NCAA doesn't deny debt by 1,000 cuts. And if you can hold their feet to the fire and continue to work towards the health, safety, and welfare of student athletes, they're allowed to put a cap on, how many stadiums and how big stadium you can build, and how often you can build them. They can put a cap on coaches' salaries. I'm not saying that you have to, but, the rule would be, if a school wants to spend $3 million on the athletic department, I don't care if you give your coach $19,999,000, all you can spend is $20 million. I bet you those coaches' salaries get more in line. Do we realize that, in 46 out of the 50 states in America, the highest paid state employee is the football coach, or in some instances the basketball coach?
Right.
That's crazy.
That is.
But there's the market, that's what the market there. The runaway salaries and stuff make the narrative seem so totally unfair, and in some ways it is, but it can be changed.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm glad you mentioned the welfare of the student, because I have an idea for that, and that is this. It's really a question. Should schools offer some kind of therapy for these young people? Okay, because I always, like the last three people I asked this question, I gave them an example from my personal life. You know how you work in the summer, you have a summer job and you get a paycheck, and most 14, 15, 16-year-old people, that money is burning a hole through their pants into their leg. So one of the things that I used to, me and my friends used to do is this. We go, hey, let's go down to this restaurant and get some food. We would literally say, the restaurant was called Sammy's. And we was like, hey, let's go down to Sammy's before they start shooting. This, unbeknownst to me at the time, I'm probably, even to this very day, suffering from PTSD due to that, because I normalized a chaotic situation. Should we hold some of these institutions responsible for some type of therapy for these young men, because then it could potentially cut back on a Ray Rice kind of a situation, or just helping them, because the process is supposed to help you become a better person? Should an institution like Duke, Alabama, so forth and so on, offer these young men and women talk therapy, so they won't, when they, like, I believe Markelle Fultz is suffering from something larger than just being nervous at a basketball game. Talk therapy could potentially help him. Should these institutions be obligated to help in that manner?
Well, I mean, look, absolutely, there's got to be some kind of psychoanalytic help if an individual needs it. There's absolutely no question. It's no different than if they had a sprained ankle or a broken leg.
Right.
That they need to treat, the symptoms and try to obviously eradicate whatever the issue is. And for anybody who needs it. Now, one thing I will say, though, if you look at college sports today, let's use basketball as an example, the number of what they call first-generation kids, usually kids who they're the first people in their family to go to college. And that's kind of an socioeconomic marker, because if somebody in your immediate family went to college, for all intents and purposes, you're a little better off than a family who no one's gone to college. So the number of first-generation kids has dropped tremendously. And in basketball, I mean, there's so many now middle-class kids playing, Power 5 basketball, the working-class kids and middle-class kids, and a lot of them aren't coming from those neighborhoods. They like to think that they do because, they give them street cred, but so many of them come from working-class neighborhoods where, their parents, either single-parent household or dual-parent households, they work hard. And in order to, go through what they go through with travel teams and all the other things, that takes a little bit of money. And so, I'm not sure that, we can make the argument that all of these kids are poor and they come from the hood and that type of thing, because increasingly they're not anymore. And that's another problem, reaching back into the high school. There's so many kids with potential who come from backgrounds like that never get to college. And that's another issue. People say that the NCAA's problem many times is in the high schools. And so I'm working with a group now here in New York City that when New York City used to be the mecca of college basketball, it had a decent education system. Kids knew what was expected of them. The core courses you had to pass, the grade point average you had to maintain, as well as standardized test scores you had to produce in order to be eligible for college. I think those are some of the other elements that's incumbent upon the NCAA and institutions. If they're going to utilize these kids coming out of these neighborhoods, you want to make sure that they're capable of doing the work. So I agree with you on the therapy and treating symptoms like that, but it needs to also be more. And I think that the education system in the various regions and areas have to do more to help these athletes. Because New York is no longer the mecca of college basketball. Recruiters don't come to New York that often because the kids who are eligible, they wind up going off to either post-grad or, they leave here and go to some high school in an area where they get better educated as opposed to the education they're receiving in the city. And I'm sure the same thing is true in Chicago and some of the other big cities.
Exactly.
So there are a lot of things that certainly need to be done. But once again, we need to be able to free up whatever body it is, whatever governing body it is that has the wherewithal to do it. We need to free them from, the constant litigation, the death by 1,000 cuts of litigation that, try their resources and also that prevent people from holding the schools and the powers that be accountable. Once we can hold them truly accountable, you'll see change coming. And the litigation doesn't hold them accountable. It just wrests power away from them and makes it, I think, ultimately makes it worse rather than better. And, we'll see what happens with getting rid of one and done, which I think certainly needs to happen because, there's no right to go and play college ball. There are alternatives out there. Now you move one and done. Those who don't want to go to college or who just go just to be there because they have to, don't necessarily have to. And that creates room for those who want to go to college and recognize that 2%, they can have a great college career and go on and be something other than a professional athlete. As I said, I'm really tired of hearing people wanting to change the system. So 2% of the people who participate in the system, and the other 98% have to go along with stuff that doesn't necessarily help them.
That, you know what? Thank you. That makes total sense. It makes perfect sense. And it is, when you hear what I believe people like myself and others, we get caught up in the big numbers and never really looking in-depthly at the picture. Instead of we just focus on the beautiful colors. So with that perspective, it is a situation because I'm a firm believer in if you really want to make, like, let's just say that 2%, if you really want to maximize your ability, you will stay and allow Coach K to teach you how to work around a pick and roll, teach you how to run sets and things like that. Create a, since the new thing is I'm creating a brand. If you really want to create a brand, you stay in school for 3 years, you will have a brand, and instead of Nike giving you $2 million to wear their sneakers, they give you 15 or 20. So yeah, I definitely get it in that aspect. You even took it one step farther. You got your education, you went on to law school, and then you became an agent. I often wonder why more athletes don't take that route. Looking at, they always talk about the NBA fraternity, NFL fraternity, saying, hey, you know what? I got screwed or I wasn't able to handle my finances. Let me take the step and help these young men. What pushed you in that direction? Because I had heard too many horror stories right there in the early 90s. I heard too many horror stories about guys getting defrauded, about guys making bad decisions. I played with some guys like that and, just saw, and at the time I was also involved with the National Basketball Retired Players Association made up of guys like me and others who played the game, and now this is, post-career. It's not exactly a union, it's more of a health situation where many of us can help, brothers who aren't as fortunate. And when you recognize all, you think I want to do something. And, I did that for 5 years, and the hope was we could lead guys, tell them I've been where you're about to go, provide them not only with quality service and negotiating the contracts and doing things, but also provide some guidance. My line to them was, after, a couple of years, hopefully you won't need me anymore because you'll have an understanding of, what this business is about. You'll start to prepare yourself for life after the game, and, you'll be on your way. I think a lot of guys don't go in that direction for a number of reasons. One, you don't necessarily have to be a lawyer, but it does require a certain amount of work to get your license to pass the union's test to make sure you're qualified. Okay. And also, it's competitive out there to go out and get clients. You've got so many people willing to do so many things, as we've seen in those convictions in the corruption cases. They're willing to pay guys to be their clients, and some people just don't want to be bothered with that. And then finally, players know what players are about.
And oftentimes we have